do things on Broadway. We actually have a performer who's the understudy for the lead role in Book of Mormon in New York City.
Superman Ultimate Flight was the fourth Bolliger and Mabillard roller coaster to be introduced in Great America. The ride can reach speeds up to 52 miles per hour on a nearly 3,000-foot track.
You're laying flat instead of sitting up. That loop when you wind up on your back is extremely cool.
Superman Ultimate Flight soars through Orleans Place with 32 riders per car. Riders dive into highly banked curves, spirals, and a pretzel-shaped inverted loop. Superman was originally planned to go into the space of the park where the Wizard currently resides, but the guests of Great America had other plans.
We had kids crying in guest relations. We had them sending in drawings of, please don't take down the Wizard. It's my first ride. It's my favorite ride. It's the ride I ride with my mom. I mean, like heartbreaking artwork that we would get into guest relations. And then the park had changed its mind and decided to put Superman where Shockwave was. So now you have like this total reversal where people are like, you saved the Wizard, it's a landmark at this park, we're so appreciative, we're so glad you did that.
Serious airtime, and it's kind of, gasping your breath because, you're trying to figure out what's going to happen next. Truly, probably my favorite ride in the entire park.
The Dark Knight coaster runs at a maximum speed of 29 miles per hour and travels to a maximum height of 43 feet.
Well, it was good for us to introduce an indoor roller coaster because, A, it's a different experience. B, it can run in weather conditions, which a lot of other rides, depending on a certain weather condition, wouldn't be able to. So having that option and tying it in with a successful film, I think overall delivered a good family ride experience.
Guests speed through a vandalized train platform, go through 6 180-degree hairpin turns, climb unseen hills, and plunge into pitch darkness.
The challenge was putting the ride together inside of a box, basically, because it was a building that was built up around it. I mean, they pulled a crane into the middle, and they kind of worked off of the center, and then they pulled everything out from the end and put the rest of it in.
And I love the Dark Knight because it's a family, dark, indoor coaster. I really like that ride.
The Little Dipper was built in 1950 and was operated at Kiddieland Amusement Park until 2009. The ride reaches maximum speeds of 20 miles per hour.
I've been really lucky to do a lot of unique things and really a lot of amazing things in my career. Probably the most interesting thing that I've ever done was actually purchasing the Little Dipper from Kiddieland Amusement Park in the western suburbs of Chicago. The Little Dipper had been here since the 1950s and really was an iconic figure, an iconic ride in the Chicagoland area. And when Kiddieland made the decision to close its doors, we really felt responsible on some level for keeping that ride not only operating as a roller coaster, but to do our best to keep it operating in the Chicagoland area.
The ride has a ride length of 700 feet and can hold 16 passengers in every train. Several Great America team members went to Kiddieland in the fall of 2009 in order to inspect the ride and see how much work it would take to rebuild.
Breaking down the ride and bringing it and shipping it all up here and laying it all out in pieces, I think that's what scared off most of the people down at that auction, was the amount of work it was going to take to dismantle the ride and then reinstall it somewhere else.
I personally got to bring the old speaker all the way up to the top of the ride and put it where it was. It was only for looks only, and we had upgraded the sound system, but the the old speakers back where it was when it was in Kittyland. So yeah, it was pretty exciting.
Great America is very proud to be keeping the history alive with this classic wooden coaster. The Little Dipper debuted on May 29, 2010, and during the media event, the original owners of Kittyland Amusement Park came to the park to assist with the ribbon-cutting ceremony.
As a child, my grandfather took me, and that was my first roller coaster. So when I heard that we were getting it and it was coming to our park, I was so excited because I was able to take my kids on it. It was very sentimental to me.
X-Flight is just a joy. I mean, it's just a tremendous coaster. Everybody loves X-Flight. Everybody that's been on it, everybody that's ridden it is just saying tremendous things about the ride.
You couldn't really describe what it was. What's a wing coaster? It's new. What is that? We don't get it. So on the track, you're not on the track, you're under the track, you're above the track, you're on the sides of the track. It's sort of none of that, but all of that all at the same time. But it incorporates all the best elements of a Raging Bull, all the best elements of a Batman the Ride into one great little package.
I remember every morning when I would drive into work, I'd drive around the park to see X-Flight and see how things are progressing over there, and really looked forward to it all winter long. And as soon as it started testing, we were out there watching, and it was a very exciting time for all of us in the rides department.
There was a morning where they were going to put the top of the lift on, and you would think that people would frown upon us, like standing out there watching something like that. But I remember the park president, director of maintenance, and all three full-time standing out there like little kids at a candy store, watching this top of the lift go on.
X-Flight was built in 2012 and features 3,000 feet of twisted steel, full of extreme drops, fly-through elements, and 5 inversions, including a zero-G roll, an inline roll, and a barrel roll. X-Flight has a height of 120 feet, can reach speeds up to 55 miles per hour, and lasts for nearly 3 minutes. Each train can hold 32 passengers, all sitting in pairs suspended on either side of the track with their feet dangling below.
There's no track above you, no track below you. It's kind of like someone grabbed you and just floated you around the track in their hand.
It is, as a park president, the first major thrill ride I have ever opened. It's a dream come true. It is. When you're a park president and you get the chance to open a coaster of that size and that magnitude, it is really what you live for as a park president.
During the 2000s, Great America continued to grow as a leader in the theme park industry. Now let's take one last look at what Great America is.